everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we have to talk about the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Music Festival coming up in the next 2 weeks. That's right. Get your tickets, get your airline tickets. And if you're already on the island, please come join us at Batu at Caribbean Lake Park, downtown Punta Cana, and Punta Cana Investors Forum also within 2 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, real estate investment, business investment, the best tourism location on the planet, one of the hottest ones going down, deeded property. You can own businesses as well with an SRL or a corporation, and we have just the people for you, the lawyers that you can talk to. That's right, they're not just any old lawyers, they're some of the best on the island. If you're going to be there, we have it for you. We have you talking with bankers. We're going to have you talking with lawyers. We're going to have you going to check out the lay of the land with regard to real estate. And that also means you pay attention to the real estate being built, then that means there needs to be infrastructure. There needs to be businesses. So we have a lot to talk about because it's SSN Nation Money Making Live Stream. And you never know. We might even have a special guest. I don't know yet, but we may have somebody entering in the live stream from Punta Cana. We will see. Now, welcome. SSN Lifestyle Gear, check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. But first, please share the videos. Why? Because you never know who's not looking for information, who needs the information. Or some people are looking for the information but can't find it. So please, that would be awfully nice if you can share the video. Now, I want to make sure that I have this live stream volume correct because I might have changed the mic because remember, I did something with the live stream out at our Republic in Punta Cana, in Los Corrales. So the sound might be too much. I have my window open. There's traffic going by. Let me know if it's too loud of traffic. Please make comments in the chat room. Also, whoever received notification from YouTube and saw the video, please let me know in the chat room. Now, you also might notice in the chat room that I have beachfrontjava.com. Our own Professor Auntie Val and family has that business. So we always have to show some love here, ladies and gentlemen, for our own entrepreneurs, especially our own here from the SSN Nation. So why do I say that at Beachfront Java? Because she has coffee and now tea. Coffee, premium blend, whole ground, drip ground, fine ground. And some of you would say I have a Keurig. Well, guess what? She has that too. And these premium blend beans are from the best regions in the world: Africa, Central America, South America, Indonesia, and more. But here's what happens for you. You receive a discount for life. As long as your first order, you put in SSN Lifestyle. All one word, ladies and gentlemen. SSN Lifestyle. All one word. After your first order, then you will receive a discount for life. Also, inside the USA, free shipping, if that's helpful as an incentive as well. So go show some love. There's tea as well. And of course, done the right way. So go show some love at beachfrontjava.com since we're talking about the beach at Punta Cana. But because it rains off and on during this time of year, it's April, it's going to be May. It's not going to change. We have 6 days that you would be affected, possibly, but we have changed the venue. The venue is at Batu at the Caribbean Lake Park. Inside, outside, it's a nice pavilion. It's covered. If it rains, we have no issues. We're going to have the lights of the Latin tenors are coming. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Latin tenors are going to be in the house May 9th, May 10th, May 13th. They're going to be in the house. You don't want to miss it. All right. Angelica Vivas in the house. Now, of course, we have to have that Dominican Latin music as well. That's the top off the top. Then, of course, we have the Mr. Number One hits for a song forever. Just 2 months ago, it reached #1 on the jazz streaming influential charts. Forever. Sean Rayford and friends will be in the house the first weekend. DJ Wangle from the DR going to be spinning some tunes after 10 p.m. and before 7 p.m. And other special guests are going to be throwing down at the music festival, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. And by the way, if you're from the DR and watching this right now, Punta Cana hits. You guys missed it. I was on there about 2 hours ago. Of course, they did translation for me, but that's still cool. We started the collabs, ladies and gentlemen. You know how we have to do it. We need help sometimes, and it's very nice to have friendly help when you need it. So it started, and listen for those ads. You will be hearing some ads for the festival, and it's going to be off the charts. So let's see who's in the house tonight, shall we? We have Victor Marrero here. We're talking about the Punta Cana Music Festival, the Punta Cana Investing Forum. We're talking about strategies, and who comes up? Victor Marrero, the man that has done all of this strategizing for his life. And now he's about to retire. He's about to be that superstar retiree. What do I mean by that? That means he's not checking on that pension money. He's not relying on the Social Security. He retroactively said, let me get some businesses started along my journey of life. And he has that passive income opportunity coming in because he made decisions to buy real estate, ladies and gentlemen. He made the decision to invest in the stock market and get dividends as well. So he has money coming in as well as the pension and Social Security sooner or later. So he's done the right thing. Those are the things, and those are the type of people you have in the SSN Nation, and I humbly appreciate him being here tonight. Victor Marrero with that icon. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he says his tagline this evening, hello all, let's do this. And that's what we do here, ladies and gentlemen. We don't leave you hanging. We leave no stone unturned. So if you have a question, you can ask it. No problema. All right? Just ask the questions. We have so many great people here that will answer and help you out. That's what we do here. We want you to win. We want the rising tide to take over for the ordinary citizens, the OCs. Now, let's get into it, shall we? Because you guys saw the intro. You saw Sean Rayford and his band. Those guys, Sean Rayford does jazz the first weekend of the music festival, jazz with a little funk. But the second weekend, when the Club Nouveau shows up, well, obviously, we're going into a little R&B, smooth jazz festival. They're both going to be up on Saturday night, May 18th. You don't want to miss it because Club Nouveau is going to go off for a rare moment, 1 hour at least. Sean Rayford and his band that you saw rehearsing is not going to go for 1 hour. There might even go for 2 hours. The whole night is going to be Sean Rayford Experience Club Nouveau from 7 to 10 with DJ Wangle closing it out. Oh, man, Saturday night on May 18th is going to be off the charts. And don't forget, Saturday afternoon, go to ssnlifestyle.com and get your tickets, ladies and gentlemen. If you are west of the Mississippi, meaning Arizona, Las Vegas, California, you need to get your tickets now. If you're east of the Mississippi River, you need to get your tickets now. Fly there and then use Airbnb. That's generally going to be if you like staying in Airbnbs. If you like staying in all-inclusives, and they have a hell of a lot of deals right now. All right? So get over there, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're doing. And I will mention this. Punta Cana Hits, you can stream it. PuntaCanaHits.com. I'm hoping Franklin calls in. I left him a link, so we'll see. I'll return the favor so he can promote Punta Cana Hits. It's a streaming service. They do play Latin, Spanish-speaking songs, but they also every now and then throw in some English-speaking songs. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Look who else is in the house. Paul Castillo is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, and he has that beautiful icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate. And he says his tagline this evening: good evening, SSN Nation family. Good evening to you. Paul Castillo is another investor. Another investor's in the house in Punta Cana, along with Victor Marrero. Actually has investments in Punta Cana. There you go. That means 3 of us now. 3 people here. In fact, 50 people in the SSN Nation have investments in Dominican Republic. So that just lets you guys know how long we've been doing this. All right. Now, Victor Marrero says 12 July, my last date. Oh, my. It's going by so fast. We're already up in May, June, July. 3 months, less than 3 months, 2.5 months. Congratulations, Victor Marrero. You're about to have that next life. That's right. The other life that people only cherish. They want, they hear about. He's going to be traveling the world. He's going to join the Mr. Worldwide Club. Whenever he wants, he can say, I want to go there. That's how he's going to be able to do it, ladies and gentlemen. You're damn right. I love it. Way to go, man. Have places to see and people to meet worldwide. See, there we go. Starting with a nice vacation at Hard Rock, Punta Cana, his favorite place. Then Puerto Rico, homeland. Then Europe. That's how I roll. See, I knew how he's going to roll. He has every incentive. He has the passive income coming in. He has several passive income opportunities coming in. So therefore, he doesn't have to come home. He might even join the Mr. Worldwide one-way club. That's right. How many of you dare to go one way to a foreign location? You're going to join the Mr. Worldwide Club? Because we just stayed in the DR. Man, I was just going to go for a week. Little do I know, it's 3 weeks later before I leave. And it's only because there was business to attend in the United States. So had to come back. Otherwise, I'd still be in the warm confines of Punta Cana, Dominican Republic right now. I would have just stayed for another 3 weeks till the concert series was over. But nonetheless, this is what we're talking about today. In fact, you know what? Forget about talking about it. Let's just go over here and review some things, because there's some change. There's something that's not listed yet at the ssnlifestyle.com website. Let's go over here and look, because I did start this off with Victor Marrero about to go partying. After July 12th, he's about to be Mr. Worldwide. We will see how far he goes, because going to Puerto Rico, going to Dominican Republic, going to Europe, that Europe is not a small feat. There's so many countries that you can actually stay there, hop on a train, hop on a plane, and it's not as expensive as in America. So therefore, you could easily be in Italy like at 12 in the day, and then you could be like in France like 5 p.m. in the day, 6 p.m. in the day. Then from there, you could be in England at 9 at night. I mean, it's crazy. You got to love it. You gotta love it, ladies and gentlemen. And you could be Mr. Worldwide. So we're gonna be and so we're gonna have to meet up, Victor Marrero, when you go to the overseas, because remember, I'm gonna be going overseas this summer, man. Well, not summer. Can't go to France in summer. It's crowded, busy. Best time to go in reality. So since I'm not going this already, because I would have already went, I'll be going at the after summer. So if you're going after summer, which could be a possibility, then I'll probably see you. If you're in Spain, I'll come hook up. If you're over in wherever, I'll come hook up. All right. So I'll see you. But what I'm doing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is I did not have my computer plugged up. It's giving me warnings saying, hey, you better do something here. All right, here we go. Let's see what else we got. Okay, let's go. Eric, just curious, did you get a good deal at the Punta Cana Airbnb? Yes. Well, here's the thing. I was lucky enough to pay $45 per night. But that ends up being $1,200 a month, just like a normal rental. So that's basically what I was paying. But that's what happened. We'll be back to the USA from Europe for Christmas for a couple of weeks. Then we'll hit Southeast. Oh, my. He's going on that Southeast Asia trip. Oh, Mr. Worldwide for sure. Now that's what I like to hear. Absolutely. That would be awesome. Drinks on me. Oh, man. Don't. Hey. Don't be talking like that. You know, I might add bottle service. Okay, guys. Well, hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know. It looks like my computer just went out on the live stream. Can you believe this? The show still must go on. This doesn't stop us, ladies and gentlemen. You know how we do this. This does not stop us from doing anything. It's Mr. Worldwide. We're here. So let me get this camera right. I think I'm gonna have to put this up real quick. So what I'm gonna do is I have to do some adjustments and figure out why my computer just poofed after I connected, but the show still goes on. So you know what that means. That means you guys get to see a mini commercial somewhere. Oh, how about I'll just add Sean Ray for number 2, because I played number 1. Here goes number 2. I think I did. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like I have some electronic issues somewhere around here. This is not good. Got all kind of issues happening all at once. Looks like there's a short circuit, but I guess you guys are gonna have to bear with me for a second. So I will do something else. Let's go with this, and then we'll be right back. Let's see here. Okay, can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that one. Oh man, I gotta erase a lot of stuff here. Who saw the last video with George and Tony at Punta Cana? Who saw that? Let me know. I dropped it 2 days ago.
To order that free brochure, now is the time to do it. It's a free call and a free brochure. There's absolutely no obligation when you call. Do yourself a favor and order the free brochure and look it over. There are hundreds of properties to choose from. You may just be surprised at what you find. And like I said, it's free. So make that call. Start planning your future by owning real estate today. What did you think of the selection of properties that we had available for you?
Well, I thought that there was a vast selection of properties in different cities and different counties and different states. It was a spectacular, selection. And so for someone that does their homework, they can really get a lot of great buys.
There are a large variety of sizes and prices and locations. So I think that's fantastic. It just gives you a good opportunity to find the best parcel for you.
They have 150, 200 pieces of property, so there's something here for everybody. North Coast, South Coast, ocean, desert.
Well, actually, I've been on properties in California, in Utah, Nevada, Hawaii, and New Mexico.
What do you think of the variety of the property?
Absolutely. All over the United States. You guys have property in Hawaii, for God's sakes, for dirt cheap. I mean, you can't beat that.
$1,200 in Hawaii. 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,009.
The land is selling like crazy in there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you can hear me, if all's good. But it looks like we have Brian P. in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate. He's also known in these YouTube streets as Mr. Dividend. He's here. The man has been on a mission for a year and a half. He says he had to abandon his mission, but it's okay. It was one hell of a ride. So we will see how it goes. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a 2-piece. Where's the camera at? Give it a 2-piece, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we have to do here. All right. Thank you for that. Your screen froze. Oh, yeah, my computer went dead. Yeah, I was trying to hook it up for the last 10 minutes. It's dead. I'm screwed. We have a laptop I'm using. So therefore, that is a problem. It's dead. I can't charge it. Nothing's happening. I don't know why. And it makes no sense. I just plugged it up. It's having no love right now. But nonetheless, Eric, how long will you be in DR? I just left. I was there 3 weeks. And then I'll be back in like a week or 5 days or 7 days, something like that. So we'll see how it goes. I don't have any good news on my investing forefront, but this is about Punta Cana Music Festival. And now because of this, I was actually going to go to SSN Lifestyle. The reason why I was going to go there is because we have VIP tables with bottle service up front. There's only 6 tables that hold 6 people. That gets you VIP. That gets you, well, let's just call it what it is. On Friday evening, on every evening show, 7 to 11, which actually 6 to 11, but the show starts at 7. Let me explain something with the VIP, all right? The bottle service, as in bottle service, is always expensive, but it's up to 6 people at your table. And people know bottle service, bottles cost a lot, right? 100, 200. You start getting, basically one bottle only serves like 4 people. So generally you're going to get a second one. And so that's going to take care of 2 people plus another glass. So basically 1.5 glasses for people. So usually you get 3. Well, these bottles are like $150, $200 usually. That's what people get. So that's 3 bottles, and you only had 2 glasses, and you got 3 hours, and then you order food. So next thing you know, you're like, no, let me get another 2, and it starts getting pricey. And never mind about the $15 drinks they have now in Punta Cana. It's the most expensive place. It's getting ridiculous. But that is the whole point. So you have $2,500, but VIP. But with VIP, show up at 6 p.m. instead of closer to 7 p.m. Why? Because drinks start flowing for you at 6 p.m. No additional cost. I know you'd like that. Food-wise, you will get food as well for all 6 of you, a special menu specifically for us. $60 value per person. Great option. Then we have more. So for 2 hours from 6 to 8 p.m., you can order national drinks, otherwise known as well drinks. If you're VIP, it's on the house. No matter if you pick the VIP package, that's for 3 nights, 4 nights, you still get 2 hours of national drinks from 6 to 8 p.m. Show up at 7, you miss an hour. Just saying. That also applies for the afternoon event. So therefore, you show up instead of 12 p.m.-ish when it starts, you show up at 11. Those mimosas, those Bloody Marys and all that, and yeah, you can drink that early in the morning in the DR as well. It starts for 2 hours before your VIP sessions. So go over to SSN Lifestyle for that right now. Let's see what else we got. Eric, check your emails. Unfortunately, I can't check my emails on the mobile while being on live stream. Not going to happen. And unfortunately, my computer is, well, let me just close it. It's toast. It's out. It's gone. I don't know what happened. I guess, well, no, it can't be the battery. I just changed the battery. So this will be interesting, but that's, for all intents and purposes, it's either the power or the battery. All right. I got the notification and saw the videos. That's 2 people tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. Let me know that audio is good. Check, check, mic check. James Way, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name, which I greatly appreciate. And he says, hello all. Got the notification. He's the 4th person here to witness the takeover. Takeover 2024 is going down. And he says, going to check my mailbox for the shirt. Oh, yes, James Way, let me know if everybody has received their shirts yet. The SSN Nation T-shirts, the ones that say all different types of things. Emerging millionaires, CEO of my life. Nobody's coming to save me. It was a random pick. So I don't know which one everybody got, but random choice. So hopefully it's in your mailbox. Let me know. Brian P., let me know if you got yours. So I'm sure in the next day or 2, you guys will give me good news that you received your T-shirts. So that will be awesome as well. And everybody out there on the social media streets, thank you so much. Make sure you smash those like buttons. All right? The follow buttons, the like buttons, the podcast page buttons. Make sure you guys come and show some love because you don't get this information everywhere. Now, I was going to go to the SSN Lifestyle and talk about that. That's fine. But here's one important thing because we talk about Punta Cana Real Estate Investors Forum. What's happening there is at the SSN Lifestyle, May 9th and May 16th, we will be at Batu at 2 p.m. You do not have to be part of the Investors Forum. You do not have to be part of the music festival. At 2 p.m., we're going to have real estate talk. That's right. Open to everybody in the Dominican Republic and who might be landing and staying in Punta Cana and in Dominican Republic. Everybody's welcome. It's no cost. You can come hang out, learn about real estate, check out people. Okay, first of all, Vivantia is going to be there. All right. They're definitely going to be talking about their projects. Their representatives are coming in. All right. They're coming. Our attorney, my attorney, Glennie Hachi Cuevas and Associates. Glennie's coming, 11 a.m., so you don't want to miss that. You'll be able to ask her questions. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that? She's coming. It's going to be awesome. Now, when we go direct to her on Monday, the 13th, you have more of an opportunity. You know how much, first of all, you know how valuable this is to be able to talk to an attorney for maybe 20, 30 minutes and then be able to go to her office again and talk to her for another 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour. You know, you can't, you would have to pay. And let's just call it what it is. You would have to be paying like $500 to $1,000 per hour. Let's just call it what it is. She's one of the top lawyers in all the DR and very busy. So for her to do this, she committed to 2 times is awesome for us, ladies and gentlemen. And that also means you might want to consider hiring her as well because she knows her business of lawyering. She knows that business. Look who else is in the house. Another investor's here. E. White, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name. I humbly appreciate. And he says, good evening, SSN family. Investing should be more like watching paint dry or watching grass grow. If you want excitement, take 8,000 and go to Las Vegas. I like that. The Takeover 2024. He is the CEO of his life. That's what we want you all to be, ladies and gentlemen. Superstars, men and women, boys and girls. You have it in you. But first, you got to get a little bit of education. Find out what you're trying to do and study it and make sure that this is what you want to do. If you want to invest, then start studying on investing. You don't have to wait for your teacher to tell you because they never will. They want you to be an employee. You don't have to wait for your college professor to tell you. You're going to have to take the bull by the horns yourself. If you want to be a superstar, that's what you have to do. Vanessa Kamagate, another superstar, is here. And we know her in this YouTube street as the Seamless Genius, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that beautiful icon next to your name. And in case you don't know why they have icons, that's because they actually show a little financial support for the channel, and I appreciate that. And she says her tagline, hey, Boston SSN fam, happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. Thank you so much. I got a Disneyland deal. Yes. How beautiful that sounds. That is awesome. Congratulations. She's been moving and shaking. She's back with Disney. I love it. This is great news. The superstars are winning. The ordinary citizens are winning, ladies and gentlemen. But you got to go for it. She's been going for it. And this is I'm very happy and very proud as well. So congratulations. Brian P. says, hey, Eric, former Wells Fargo executive pays $40,000 fine. Exit banking industry after allegedly misleading customers and falsifying documents. Hey, this is just so sickening, isn't it? The people holding your money. You guys didn't know they were crooks, did you? You didn't know you lived in a third world country, did you? You didn't know them stories I was telling you about Wells Fargo and Bank of America that happened 30 years ago. You were like, oh, just like my friends. No, Eric, come on. There's a misunderstanding. They didn't just take your money. Now people find out about it. 30 years later, I was telling people that they do take people's money. Are you not hearing me? They were like, no, man, you must have did something, No, they took money and then act like they don't know nothing. That's why I almost got in jail, because I was sitting there arguing about the blatant BS. Come on now, you guys know you can't withdraw money out of a bank. Even a teller can't, even a executive can't. It's all tracked. And then acting stupid, like your money's gone, but you must have taken, excuse me, hardly. You have cameras all over the damn place. Stop it. You took my money, U.S. Bank. You took my money, Wells Fargo. You took my money, Bank of America. I keep telling people, this is a thing. This has been a thing. This is nothing new. And now it's coming out more exposed than ever, like I was saying last week. You better protect your assets, ladies and gentlemen. It's not safe anywhere. I repeat, not safe anywhere. All right? Now, just keep that in mind. That's why you need assets to be diversified all over the planet. And make sure you have assets all over the planet. Assets pay us. More news. Hurts to sell off even more EVs. Who here thought that was a brilliant idea for them to go EV for Hertz? Come on now. Whose dumbass idea was that? Let's call it what it is. Cars that you have to plug up and wait for an hour just to go 150 miles or less. That's not a brilliant plan. And you're going to put those as rental vehicles? Who in their right mind thought that was a beautiful plan? I mean, that was just absolutely garbage thought process, trying to help out their buddy, no doubt, Elon Musk, by buying all the vehicles. That's the way I see it, almost like money laundering. Anyhow, here we go. Vanessa Comagate, I will be involved with their DOS services. Never give up, people. Oh my goodness, the woman says, I like passive income. I love it for you. Beautiful. Congratulations once again. Awesome work. She did not give up. That is the whole point. She kept going and going and going. That's what you have to do, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you do it. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. E. White even throws in the congratulations, Vanessa, for the seamless genius. She says, here it is. Here it is. They like the GPS technology for people with disabilities. A win, win, win. Yeah, that tracker situation was serious. Is serious. Congratulations on it. That is awesome. That's Nessa Comagate from Victor Monroe. You just made our night. Congrats. We know how hard you have worked on this. Well deserved. Keep us posted. Cheers. That's right. Keep us posted. So now we have to throw in the Vanessa Comagate. When you go to Disneyland, look for the tracker service. Get it anyhow. Show some love for our own in-house professor or seamless genius, Vanessa Comagate. Come on now. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. If you go to Disney, make sure you're checking for it. Don't leave her hanging, all right? And actually, it can expand to other parks, because once Disney does it, that means other people have to get on board, because that is awesome. And this gives her an opportunity for growth as well. It could be Disney Europe, Disney China. Come on. Could grow. And we know how many people go to Disney. This is what we love to hear. That's right. Winning, winning, winning. We love it. Vanessa Comagate, E. White, Victor Morel. Thanks, fam. Here we go. Here is more news. Summary charts, components, price, history. Regulators close Philadelphia-based Republic First Bank. First U.S. bank failure this year. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I keep saying this. This is going to continue to happen. In the old days, it would be called 1929, the Great Depression, as banks had to close up. But see, they had to change the rules. So therefore, not all banks would have to shut their doors, because they know good and well if every customer showed up, not every. 20% of the customers they have showed up and demanded their money, they don't have it. They know this. So this is a shocker like not. We know more banks are going to fail because they are over leveraged. There is really no regulation, and therefore your money is at stake. How many times do I have to keep telling you, ladies and gentlemen? I keep saying it. I made another video last week, protect your assets. Why do you think I keep making that type of video? People are like, yeah, whatever. What does he know? I live in a safe country, the banking industry, the brokerage account, it's all good. I don't have to worry about it. It's not like I live in a third world country. You thought you didn't live in a third world country. You better wake up. Thank you for breaking out that news, because is that really news? We've been talking about this for 5 years. And it's been happening for 5 years. And people are still sleeping. I can't blame you, though. It's hard out here. 65% of the people living paycheck to paycheck. That's pretty hard. I felt like I was on Shark Tank again. I'm so excited, guys. Love y'all. Thanks for the encouragement. Hey, you went through it. You put in the work. You're the one that did it, improved the product, and said, I'm going for it again, regardless of the setbacks, regardless of the non-believers. You still believed in yourself, which was major, and you made it happen. That's why it's encouraging for all, and you deserve every bit of success. Hopefully, I will make it to Disney World one day. You will be making it to Disney World. At Vanessa Comagate from Paul Castillo, we're all happy for you. Do you have a video when you were on Shark Tank? She does. But that punk ass Michael, the producer, he won't release it. Punk ass. I have more reasons to call him that. All right, Vanessa Comagate, Paul Castillo. Unfortunately, no, they didn't air my segment. I've been trying to get it exactly. His punk ass won't give it up. In fact, his punk ass won't give up none of it. There's other reasons he should be giving it up as well, but he won't. He won't give up any of it, and I know why. But I can't really say much about that. All I can say is it has to do with a particular president. He ain't giving up jack. Trust me, they're not giving it up. So, punk ass. Anyhow, Brian P., congratulations, Vanessa. Right on, right on. Yeah, we can't get it, ladies and gentlemen. So, unfortunately, his lawyer died. That I would have been able to get the tape, probably, because he was his lawyer, but he passed away. So I don't have access to get the tape either. All right, it's okay, boss. Me and my daughter will never forget it. Exactly, that's what matters. And it was a learning lesson as well. See, that's how you got from A to Z. Remember, everybody keeps thinking that failure means something. No, failure is just a lesson. That's all that means. And is it a failure really? Because you made it. You actually made it there. You were there. That was success in itself. It's just that they didn't air your segment. You made it. So the reality is you didn't get aired, but that prepared you for the future. And ever since then, your level of confidence is risen. So you didn't feel like that was going to pressure you into folding. So it was just like you said, just like you were on Shark Tank. You've been there. You've done that. So, hey, it's okay, boss. Me and my daughter will never forget it. Is right. You're damn right. That's what the most important is. I was on season 5, 2014. So there you go. Season 5. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You guys didn't know you had superstars in the house. Some of you didn't know, did you? Yeah, I keep trying to tell people you never know who's in the SSN Nation house. And I'm very, very proud and very happy to have this type of quality of people in the house, investors, entrepreneurs, go-getters, those that don't give up. That's what we try to do, ladies and gentlemen. We try to instill that in you. The motivation you needed, hey, I'm going to give you the motivation. I'm talking motivation, but you need to get off your ass, stop eating them bonbons, and go out there and bust somebody's ass, take over, just like we're going to be doing in Punta Cana and the Dominican Republic. Takeover 2024. It's going down. It's already commencing. And it might be commencing. Well, I will know today. In fact, we have somebody that said we want to do a little investment with you, Eric, over in the DR. Well, you know what that investment entails. That means takeover from another angle is about to come up. Oh, they don't want me on the island, ladies and gentlemen. All these guys talking smack. I got to keep telling you, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Facts. I couldn't have been able to stand with Disney. Shark Tank was good practice. Exactly. Exactly. You got that right. 8 States by Megan Cameron, Mississippi. Wow. Wow. There we go. See, failure is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, but what do you take when you're not successful? So we will see. Uh-oh. Here we go. More than 85,000 pounds of meat recalled in 8 states. Woo! Now, ladies and gentlemen, I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. You think you live in a world based on words. Actions, you live in a third world country. And by the way, there's products and ingredients in American food that is banned, like in Europe, for instance. There's all kind of foods you can't put in food in the EU that America allows you to put in food. And I'll put it to you another way. It's hurting you, Americans. That's the thing. And you're going to the doctors paying for it. That's a problem. All right. So now I have another problem coming up. So I'm going to be distracted here for a second. Battery just showed up on this one. I need to plug up. So you know what this means. Another video coming up. Let's see. Oh, I played Land Auction, right? That's right. Let's just go with something else. Forget that. We'll go this way. Come on, come on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this now goes out. We have problems. We have issues all over the place. So you know what this means. I'll be right back with you. Make sure you go to ssnlifestyle.com, get your tickets for the Punta Cana Music Festival. Make sure you go over and get that Punta Cana Investors Forum tickets. Remember, if you come to the Punta Cana Music Festival, down below, when you order your ticket for $1 more, you can come to the Punta Cana Investors Forum, May 13th, 14th, and 15th. But if you don't go to the music festival, then you have to order your ticket for the Punta Cana Investors Forum. Just keep that in mind as we play another video. Come on, come on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're back, but not back really. Having all kind of issues around here. Electronic issues. I don't know what's going down, but gremlins in the system in the house. This is a problem. But we got computers back up. Might have been some sort of reset. You know how they have updates? Maybe that's what it was. All right, let's go. Let's see what else we got in the house tonight. Scary. Scary. We need to grow our own food. Exactly. And you know what the problem with that is? Your tainted soils, because the toxic chemicals in the air and in the soils is a problem. And what are you putting in the soil? Remember? To fertilize. And remember, in America, they allow you to use a fertilizer that they don't allow you to use in other parts of the world. Failure is a requirement to be successful. Exactly, Victor Marrero. If you haven't failed, it means your goal line is too low. Exactly. Like we always say here in the house, you can start your businesses. You can run businesses. There's no guarantee of success. That is the real deal. You will fail. Remember, millionaires fail on average 15, 16 times before they become successful. So sure, you have the 2-3 times you win. Other times it's 20 times before you win. That's why you have to keep going. Don't give up, ladies and gentlemen. Like he said, exactly, Victor. It makes you stronger, no doubt. Exactly. Right. They did contaminate the chicken feed, so no eggs were produced. It's a setup. Exactly. You guys have to pay attention. And here's the thing. We're talking about it tonight, but there's people just walking through life that do not understand. They went to go get some of this food. They don't know anything about it. They don't know anything about what's going on. And then they're wondering why more and more people are ill and at the hospital. A setup is right. I mean, it's a straight up setup. I mean, how many of us would rather have a insurance company, a hospital, or some drug or something, right? You know that. Come on now. Here we go. What's up from Mo Better? He's in the house tonight. Another superstar has joined us. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate. And he says, what's up, SSN fam? Let's go get him, E. Like button smash. That's right. Commence to make it happen. The two-piece. Thank you so much for that. I humbly appreciate that as well. Thank you for being in the house tonight, Mo. We are going to get him. Nobody can stop the train. It's going down the takeover tracks of the DR as we speak. And oh my, forces have been joined. I forgot. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you always have to have good karma. You know, karma just leads you to the right place at the right time. And we got teamwork incoming. I won't give any names until we have it official. We need it under contractual obligations. But we have a team coming, more than a team. It's TakeOver 2024 reverse. I did a Uno reverso basically because I didn't get the funding for the projects. Some guy said he was going to fund something, which I can't talk about right now, because now Mo made something very, very astute the other night in our SSN Nation WhatsApp group. Very astute. He says, hey, they're watching your videos. You already know that. And when I'm telling what I'm going to do, that's giving them heads up. And he's right about that. He's right. I wasn't thinking. He is exactly right. And so these guys are all salty. Oh, by the way, speaking of salty, let's get into the Punta Cana Investors Forum. That is going to be awesome. Make sure you sign up. Go to ssnlifestyle.com. All right? Make it simple on yourself. Make it easy. Get over to the deal. Come and learn from the lawyers. Talk to them. Any of your concerns, you need to talk to them. But unbelievably, 3 days ago, there's people that I was sitting in Bavaro across the street from La Bruja. I went to this Wings and Things place, and there's a person there that said they just bought a villa inside Vista Cana. Get this. Because their friend or family member knew the developer, so they trusted him. Okay. Then the question is, who was the lawyer? And the words that came out of their mouth, I was aghast. Because they said, we used the developer's lawyer. I said, excuse me? You mean like you bought from a developer and you used their lawyer? That's a conflict of interest. I was like, oh my God, what are you thinking? Oh no, it's all good. I was like, did you give them your 10 or 20% down? You only gave them a reserve? They said, I only gave them a reserve. I was like, no, you need to change lawyers right now. That's just like a record label company giving the artist, hey man, here's our contract, but go use our attorney just to make sure it's all good. I mean, what kind of crazy, I couldn't believe it. There's still people out here not understanding. When you do business in the DR, number one, get an attorney. Johan Confidante, Glenny, Hatche, Cuevas, and Associates. Get the top dogs. All right? Stop playing out here. Stop this. They're family friends, or I know. Man, stop it. This is business. All right? Stop this. I can't believe it. I'm in shock. After 4 years, I've been on the YouTube channel, and here we are. But you guys know what that is. We don't have a, they keep our channel under wraps so people can't get the information, so they get screwed. I'm not saying they're getting screwed for sure. It's just a fact of This story has played out several times. I have several people that have lawyers right now because of the same exact words that came out of their mouth. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh my God. This sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. But the sometimes doesn't does not offset the doesn't part. It happens. And not doing your due diligence and listening to the hen in the hen house when the fox shows up and the fox says, I'm not going to do nothing to you. Just hang out for a few days. Come on. This is crazy. This is crazy. Come on over to dinner. Sign some agreements. Come on. This is craziness right here. I can't believe this. This is why you come to the Punta Cana Investors Forum. Then you understand when you read contracts and you understand you should have a lawyer. It's worth 1%. It's worth the 1%. If you buy a property for $200,000 and the lawyer says, give me $2,000, you should gladly give it to them because there's poison pills in their contracts. Because remember, their contracts are all in Spanish if you don't speak Spanish. If you do speak Spanish, you should still have a lawyer and not their lawyer who you're buying from. All right? You want a lawyer like I have. So when I make videos about DR effing up, you want them people to call your attorney going, man, what's your guy doing? And then he says, call him. What are you talking about? I'm not doing nothing. I'm not on the videos with them. What are you talking about? All right. What's up, SSN family? Let's go get him. He still won the waiting list for Robinhood, 3% cash back, any category, go call. This also gives you 5% cash back on travel. I know you're going to be getting that card, Victor Morel. You have to. We all have to. That's a game changer for me. You can automatically invest the cash back. Exactly. That's at 5%. 5% is $5 for every 100. That's $50 for every 1,000. When we start doing travel, you could easily spend $2,000, $3,000. That's cash back in your pocket that's invested. That's money you would have spent anyhow, and now it goes into an investment. Brilliant. Robinhood, links are down below in the description. It looks like I'm about to be back online. I don't know what the hell's going on. It looks like we got juice. We got juice, ladies and gentlemen. We have juice. So that means we are going to go get it. We're about to get back into it so we can go further. Victor, you're going to clean up with that card when you retire with your travel wins. Exactly. Exactly. A good lawyer is worth every penny. Exactly. I have to keep saying this for people that have never watched before and don't understand. It's simply a simple thing like this. When you get a contract and it says, well, we have, we can, in case of materials increase, we can raise the interest or how much you pay for the unit, right? This is pre-construction we're talking about, real estate. So here it is, a perfect example. I bought at Panorama Garden, and in their contracts, you heard all the stuff. We're Panorama, we're Epic Ventures. We don't do that. It's yada, yada, yada. Contract says nothing about price increase. It just says you're buying it, you pay monthly payments, whatever. Johan presses them and says, hey, my client wants a cap just in case, because you don't talk anything about a price increase. So he negotiated 10%, called me up, said, hey, Eric, what do you think about 10%? I said, okay, let's see. I buy it for 123. 10% means 12,300. Okay, 135. I said, hell, if they build it 2.5 years later and it's 135, I'm not going to bitch. I'm still going to buy it. That's nothing. Here's what happens. Vista Cana, unbeknownst to all of us who bought early, we didn't know that they were going to create the Vista Cana Beach Club, the fishing lake, the cigar lounge, the sports complex. We didn't know that they may do third party. Third party means you would probably have to pay to go to the Vista Cana Beach Club. You probably have to pay to go to the sports complex. Probably have to pay to do all these other things that they claim might have been included. That's when I backed out and said, no, you need to give me my money back if that's the situation. So they changed and said, no, we're going to include all of it. Well, my prediction, as we figured. When they did that, that meant that the developers had to pay more into the fund, right? Sure enough, Zeba, 15% more. But because one of our own went to go see Johan, she had a 5% cap. Everybody else had to pay 15%. Do you not think it was worth the frickin' 12 or 1100 bucks she spent? Seriously. Panorama Garden, the one I bought, 18% increase. And if I would have kept my unit, I would have gladly paid the 10%. So again, when E. White says a good lawyer is worth every penny, he's damn right. I spent whatever, a little over $1,000 or whatever it was for Johan, and they do the closing. That includes the closing. That's not just for contract negotiation. That includes everything. So imagine spending somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500 and saving $10,000. Come on. No brainer. Victor, E. White, and the good Lord. Vanessa from Victor. Absolutely. Every little bit helps. That's why I try to tell my team at the bank. Unfortunately, many can care less about investing. They'll find out the hard way later in life. Exactly, Victor Morel. Hey, you can keep talking to them till you're blue in the face. Only 1 out of like 100 people will go, oh, yeah. You know what? I bought something. I'm in the stock market. It's weird. But they all have cars. They all have clothes. They all have credit cards. It's crazy. Crazy. Liabilities is winning still. Until the banks can't give you money, then liabilities are going to lose. People are going to be like, hold on, I'm not leaving my money in a bank. Like I've been saying for years. I don't want to leave my money in a bank. That's what everybody should be saying. All right, now we got something to do because I got to get back on board. Let me see if I can get back to the normal programming at hand. Let me know how the audio is coming out, ladies and gentlemen, because I have background. I had to have the window open just to enjoy the nice, cool evening. So I'm looking around. So what I'm going to do is, well, I guess it's another, what we're going to call an SSN lifestyle, Mr. Worldwide exclusives. And I think I have some more video that I need to share with you guys, but that'll be another day. Let's go with this. Come on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we still have issues here. Now, we still have issues, but it's all right. I'm looking for things. I don't have enough time, with these 40-some second videos. I need like 2 minutes to get all discombobulated, but it's okay. We still are rolling. Nothing's going to stop us. You need assets. It's crucial. My next project is sick. Oh, the seamless genius. Already talking about the next project. Are we talking about a different project? Oh, this says restore pages. That's interesting. Okay, so this did just shut down. Might have been some updates that I wasn't paying attention about. All right, you need assets. My next project is sick. All right, it is crucial. Yeah, this is getting into a situation where crucial is going to be an understatement 5 years from now. 65% living paycheck to paycheck will be like 85%, and then that's when crumbling will begin because people won't have money to pay taxes. They won't have money to pay insurance, so that means they're going to have an issue. All the way around. So it's not going to be pretty. But that has nothing to do with the strategies. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry is our strategy. What does that have to do with anything? That's real estate investing when you do new construction, pre-construction. But how about those type of constructions that we are going to have with selling paper? Takeover includes selling paper. How about this? We can do pre-construction, but what about the fact that you can actually do, you can't get a loan from the bank, we will carry the paper. That's how you start doing derivatives. You want to start talking strategies? Well, welcome to the SSN Nation live stream takeover edition. Because now the paper is more valuable than the asset itself. The paper I can sell. And as long as I have enough of that paper that somebody signed, we can be Jeff Bezos. We can be Elon Musk. That's what we can do. So now I'm going to switch over. Let's get back to the business at hand, shall we? I'm going to have to cut me off, which is probably a problem. Let me hit this mic here. No, not that mic. This mic up here. This mic. I got to turn it off. On point. Now I can hear myself. Okay, this is good. This is real good. Now remove me from there, and we're back to good business. Are we? Okay, guess we are. I have two screens. I think I might want to utilize this. I do want to utilize this. I think I can do something with this. It's going to be interesting. All right, let me get off. I got to get out of here. Just a second, ladies and gentlemen. I need to get this right. What's happening? Why is this not ending? Okay, there we go. All right, back to the business at hand. Mic check, mic check. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I sent you an email, boss. Okay, let's go see what this is. Let's go see what this is going to be about. Punta Cana hits. I'm looking for Franklin. Where you at? Where you at, Franklin? Where you at? Where's my phone? Okay, this is getting ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely ridiculous. What's happening here? All right. What's going on? I got two. Oh, this is a problem. Okay, I got to do something, ladies and gentlemen. I have to do something here that I can't believe that I did this. So I will have to be playing a longer video because I need my phone with Franklin wherever he is. So I'm going to play. I'm going to right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep going. We're back. Now, live with StreamYard. That's different. Okay. That's weird. I've never seen that before. Where did that come from? Interesting. All right. There we go. Learn something new every day. There was something in the back office with live from. Here we go. E. White. Nice. Sounds like a good investment. Let's see what we got here. Hey, Eric. Here in Houston, they are doing 3-2-1 buy down loan and first-time homebuyer programs for new 3x3 duplex. Houston. We got a problem. 3-2-1 buy down loans. Yes, we can hear you. Thank you so much, Victor Morero. I sent you an email, boss. Okay, I'm going to check out. Okay. E. White, we're talking about strategies, right? Let's go with here. I'm going to do this. 3-2-1 buy downs. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, well, we can't. Hold on a second. Come on. This is getting ridiculous already. Having all kind of little issues today. Investopedia, you guys know that's one of my favorites. Let's go see what they say. A home loan with the 3-year reduced interest rate. 3-2-1 buy down. All right. Here we go. That can help would-be home buyers achieve their goal of home ownership. All right. So you guys know I'll add it to the screen. Hold on a second. Let's go. Let's add it to the screen so you guys can find out what time it is. All right. Home buyers achieve their goal of home ownership when high mortgage interest rates threaten to price them out of the market. The loan interest rate is reduced for the first term. In the fourth year, the original rate is applied and remains for the life of the mortgage. Okay? This is one of those you get in, but you can't get out. All right? You can get in, but you can't get out. Just keep that in mind. I'm going to keep repeating. You can get in, but you can't get out. Okay, you can get out, but here's the situation. So some would say it's perfect. I don't want to pay 7-8% right now. I think it'll be down to 3 or 4. Okay. So E. White, you're going to have to tell us what interest rate are they starting you off with for the first 3 years? Is it 3%, 2%, 1? Well, it's not going to be 1. It's not going to be 2 either. But let us know if you know what that rate would be. Because in the fourth year, you might be back to your 8%. So is it worth it? Ask yourself. If you want to start taking bets that the interest rate will be down to 3% in 3 years, I will take that bet. Because what they're doing right now is setting you up for failure all over the place. The Federal Reserve will not reduce interest rates rapidly simply because it's the inflation itself is not stable. All they did was they artificially made it look like there's no inflation. That's all they did. There's inflation. It shot up. And then they didn't do anything except raise the federal funds rate. By raising the federal funds rate and keeping it at 6, 7, or 5%, 5 to 5.5, all they did was inflation, instead of it going up another 5, 10%, all they did was let it run out. That's all they did. So inflation is still 3, 4, 5%, but because it already went up 5, 10%, now they're going to go a year later and go, oh, it only went up 2 or 3%. No, it went up like 15%. But it doesn't appear that way. So I'm just letting you know, this all has something to do with this 3-2-1 buy down is to get people into the loan. Remember, like I always said, let me find something here. Piece of paper is more important. I need you to buy a $500,000 house so I can get 10, 100, 1,000 of these, because the 1,000 of these is worth 500,000. Your little down payment of 40, 50, 100,000, who cares? I need 100 of these. $5 million to $50 million worth of assets on a freaking thin piece of paper. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Mondays. This is why I would do it too. You should do it if you have a commodity that you can actually have people make payments where you're not going to lose money. The best commodity is pre-construction. The best commodity is something that when they give you the money, you have the piece of paper that is worth the full value. So again, if I'm going to build casitas and I'm going to charge 70 grand or 50 grand, I need all the people, customers that can put down. I don't care what you put down. We're going to call it pre-construction. I don't really care. Just give me $50. But make sure you sign on the dotted line that you're buying this for $59,000. No? And give me a couple hundred of them. I go somewhere and use my derivative and say, who will give me like 700,000, 800,000? And all I've ever collected was like 100,000. And I just sell the paper. And now they have the headache of collecting the money. Come on. This is what 3-2-1 buy downs are. Okay, hold on. I didn't even get into the effect yet. Read on to learn how the 3-2-1 buy one mortgage works and whether one may be right for your needs. Borrower pays a lower rate. Okay, the loan interest rate is reduced by 3% in the first year, 2% in the second year, 1% in the third year. For example, a 5% mortgage would be just 2% in year one. After the buy down period ends, the lender charges the full interest rate for the remainder of the mortgage term. So you would be back to the 5%, which is already too high. And I hate to say it, but you're not going to be very happy if you have a 7% mortgage and the mortgage rates are at 4%. Now, you might be able to refi, but I don't know what the fees or charges would be. After the buy down period ends, the lender charges the full interest rate for the remainder. Okay. Buy downs are often used by sellers, of course, including home builders, of course, to help buyers afford a property. But see, you can't really afford the property. That's why you need the 3-2-1 buy down in most cases. They get you in, but you can't get out. And the only way you're going to get out is when your mortgage goes up substantially. There is a huge difference between, look, 2% on $500,000 means your mortgage is about $1,000. 5% changes the game. Okay, big differences. So just keep that in mind. All right. Now, let's get into a buy down is sellers used by home builders. This is not buyer friendly. It just gets you in for it just gets you in. That's all. Now, here it is. In general, 3-2-1 buy down loans are available only for primary and secondary homes, not for investment properties. The 3-2-1 buy down is also not available as part of adjustable rate mortgage. Okay, well, shouldn't be doing those anyhow. The interest rate for 3-2-1 buy down mortgage is reduced by 3. Okay, they're going over that. Pros and cons. Cons. Potential downside of a 3-2-1 mortgage is that it may lull the borrower into buying a more expensive home than they can afford. That is number one. I'm glad they put that number one because that's all they're doing. They're making you look at just what car dealers do. Hey, man, get this 8-year loan because your payment's only going to be $400 a month. Because if you get the 5-year loan, it's going to be $700 a month. So people pick the 8-year loan, not realizing they're paying even more than what you would pay with the other loan. But they're getting you in at a lower cost, tying you up for a longer period of time. Same thing. The lower monthly costs are temporary, and home buyers must be prepared for the jump in payments. First of all, this is not how people operate. The majority of people in a capitalist system, if you make more money, then you buy more liabilities. So just because they have a lower payment, like again, we'll use 500,000 and we'll do the 3-2-1, and then we got a $1,500 a month payment. But here's the problem. If it goes back to 6%, your mortgage payments jump from $1,500 over to $6,000. So, I mean, $3,000, sorry, $1,500 to $3,000 per month. That's significant. For people living 65% living paycheck to paycheck, how are they going to pay an additional $1,500 a month? That's what starts happening. You start basing it on your present income versus what's going to happen later, and you forget all about it. Borrowers, who assume that their income will rise enough to afford, see, everybody calculates, I'll get paid more. So, who subsidizes 3-2-1, for example? Nobody. So, okay, I look at it a different way, but 3-2-1 buy down, if it was when a person goes and buys, sure, your interest rate is lower for 3 years. Great. But ultimately, those remaining 27 years, if you carried it through the full amount, you have a higher interest rate. And who's to say that down the line you might be able to refi, but then who's to say that down the line in interest rates would be any better? You don't really know. So taking that risk just to get in a house, just so you have a house, is kind of risky. All right. As mentioned, it can be risky to get 3-2-1 buy down mortgage at the assumption that your income will rise sufficiently, of course, for course. All right. The cost of a total amount that the buyer saves over a 3-year period. Okay. Who pays? Usually the seller, home builder, lender pays the cost of a buy down mortgage. Employers will sometimes pay for buy down. Okay. Can be a good deal for the home buyer, particularly if someone else, such as seller, is paying for it. However, buyers need to be reasonably certain that they'll be able to afford the mortgage payments once the full. That's the key right there. It's almost no less than people buying cars, where they're paying $1,000 a month for a car, $1,400 a month for a car. It's kind of wild. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. But anyhow, that's just a ploy, White. Like I said, and people are going to fall for it. Don't do it. What you should do is fix your credit, so you don't have to be involved with the 3-2-1 buy down. That's what I would say. Now, there is one person that may say, I have good credit, so I'll take the 3-2-1 buy down. Yeah, well, that's nice. But at the same time, you have to be cognizant of, this is 2024, soon to be 2025, 2026. There's no guarantee of whatever income you're making now and the credit you have now will be there 2 years from now or 3 years from now. You don't know what the future is going to hold. The only people that's going to know that is people that have made their asset purchases. Assets pay us, and they have retirement monies, passive incomes coming in, and you know what's happening. All right, so that's the key right there. Okay, I sent you an email, boss. Okay, thank you. I already saw that. So let me go over there. Hold on, I need to keep that page. No. Yeah, I need to keep that page up. I need to go to email. That's what I want to hear. Is this going to be your latest strategy? Okay, maybe this thing is full. That's what I want to know. Is this something we can talk about, or is this going to be hidden? All right, let's see what else E. White's got to talk about. This he's a superstar investor as well. I'm pretty sure people would be taking them up on it, but he's saying this is significant. Let's see what he's saying. This is significant. Where's it at? He's saying, okay, why can't I get that on the screen? That's weird. They are doing 3-2-1 buy down on first time homebuyer programs for new 3-3 duplexes. E. White, you're going to have to explain what you mean by 3-3 duplex. I mean, I don't know what it is. I could guess what it is, but I don't know for a fact. But yeah, if you're going to duplex, that'd be pretty cool. Hey, Eric, here in Houston. Oh, that's the 3-3. All right. Let's go. White, nice. Sounds like a good investment. Okay. 3-3 duplex. I don't know what a 3-3 is. What does that mean? Oh, are you saying a 3-bedroom duplex? I don't know what he means. Builders overstock. They don't want to pay the tax on the unsold inventory, so they have to use incentives to lure in buyers. Yes, but those incentives are not really for the buyers, even though it is. But at the end of 3 years, you're back to, it could be 7% interest. I mean, and pay fees for refi and all that. I mean, it's kind of wild. But let me know what a 3-3 is, so then we can talk. Because I don't know what a 3-3 duplex is. Hey, Eric, what kind of watch are you wearing? I can't tell you. It's not a famous. Well, no, it's not a famous brand. It's not a famous brand. Because I don't do liabilities. I don't do Rolexes and Breitlings and Hublots and who else can I say? Yeah, I don't do those guys. Hey, Eric, what kind of watch you got on? I'll tell you in a second. By the way, I've been wearing it in the DR because it actually almost matches my gear. And everybody was asking me, what is this? What is this? What is that? I'll tell you in a second. E. White, 3.5%. What do you mean? 3-3 duplex? Oh, so they're starting it at 3.5%. Yeah, that's enticing in lieu of the situation, but you got 3 years, 3.5. That's going to be awesome. But if that changes back to 7, that's double your value. And what are they selling? If that's what we're talking about, let me know. Let me know. All right. And then okay. So the watch, it's by this company people don't like, Invicta. And I love Invicta watches. And the reason I love Invicta watches is because I went to Basel World. I went to Basel World, yes, but I went to Switzerland because I was talking with the Swiss manufacturer, because at one time Swiss made meant a lot. So I was going to the Swiss manufacturing company, and the largest watch they had was 44. The case size that they could make for me was crystals. We want everything Swiss and made in the Swiss manufacturing facility. So while I was there going to Basel World, that's when I found the brochure, and it was on a watch magazine that I can have this manufacturing facility. I was going to go there. And then I knew about Invicta's larger watches. So while I was there, I was like, you know what? There's no reason. Well, no Swiss manufacturer would make that. They were all like, I'm sorry, kid. What are you talking about? Are you crazy? Take your little 38 millimeter, the woman's watch, which isn't really, but 38 millimeters is small, which I call like a woman's watch is a man's watch, but woman's watch is sometimes 26, 30 millimeters. I was like, I don't want that. And so they're sorry, kid. We're not making over 44, 45. That's max. So then I found Invicta. Invicta makes over 3,000 styles a year. Something for everybody, men's, women's, even children. And they vary from, okay, ordinary 38 millimeter, whatever, once in a blue moon. But they go from 50 to 55 to even freaking Shaq size 60 millimeters. Yes, Shaq has a line with Invicta as well. But his is 60 millimeters. If I go back to California, maybe one of these days, I'll break out I have a Shaq line that nobody's seen, just like hardly anybody's seen this one either. But I have the Shaq line. So it's 60 millimeters. I think it's 60. It's pretty sick though, but it's 60 and I've never even worn it. It's big, but that's my brand because they make stuff like this. It's kind of cool. This is the purple edition. Yeah, it's got, chronograph and function pushers, and it's pretty sweet, quite frankly. See the purple? It's pretty sweet. And the gunmetal, it's pretty sweet. And this in itself is like 40, no, it's 50, I believe. And a tonal cover. Yeah, I know a little bit about watches, but I don't buy the high priced in because I just have a problem with buying watches for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 and putting them on my wrist. And then I don't understand. So I'd rather do something cool and $200, $100. Here's the funny part. I'll tell you this story because most people don't know where to go buy Invictus at. You go to invictusstores.com. They have sales all the time. Well, every now and then, if you know the deal, tonight and tomorrow, they break out new sales. This watch, people are going to die. I bought this watch for less than $100. Brand new, $75, I believe it was. You heard me, but if you go on the website now, you might see it for $400, but you have to know how to buy, right? So all my watches that I wear, everybody knows. The ones I get, Swiss movements is what I get. So that's one of my little things. Now, not all are going to be Swiss movements because this one is not. This one is a TMI from Japan. All right. So it's cool though. I was wearing it all in the DR and people kept asking me, where'd you get this? Where'd you get it? How much is it? This, that, and the other. And I was like, look, it's like 7,500 pesos, if that. You can probably find it. Just go to Invictus stores. So a lesson learned. I like what I like. You like what you like. Go for it. But I just figured I don't really understand the other end of it. Hey, Eric, who's a good lawyer in Punta Cana? I'm going to give you two. Okay, hold on. It depends on what you're trying to do. If you are talking about you need a lawyer to go to court, then there's only one. Glenny, Hachi, Cuevas, and Associates. So I'm going to give you the numbers on both. Here, let me go get Johan. If you want a lawyer that's awesome, but doesn't really litigate, but a great lawyer, then you need to go see Johan Confidante. If you want to start a business, then Glenny Hachi Cuevas does SRLs. Johan does not. So her phone number is down below for both. Let me make sure. Let me know if you guys see it. Everybody out there, make sure you see it. In fact, everybody on podcast, you know what? The least I can do is Glenny Hachi Cuevas number on WhatsApp, +1, or Dominican Republic, +1 809-610-3002. All right, +1 809-610-3002. That's Glenny Hachi Cuevas. So they all do the same, except Glenny Hachi Cuevas goes to court and does SRLs, LLCs, corporations. Johan doesn't do corporations, nor does he go to court generally. So she's more adept at fighting in court. If you're talking about checking your closing documents and counting and things like this, then Johan does well because he has that in-house. Glenny Hachi Cuevas does not do accounting or have anybody do books and things like that in her house. So There's different things for everybody. So it depends on what you need the lawyer for. But you can call both of them. Let them know you're from SSN Nation. That's the number one key. Make sure you call up. Just don't call up and be like, hey, I'm looking for this. Let them call up and say, hey, I'm with Eric, SSN Nation. We have people in the house who was at the last Punta Cana Investors Forum. They will vouch that there was nothing but love all over the island when we were hanging out. They were there. They witnessed it. And all you have to do is just say you're part of SSN Nation, all right? That's not a bad thing. Just say you are, and they know you know more than the average Bears, GG. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon that Brian P. has. We have to move on. The title insurance industry prepares for battle, regulatory fights, attorney opinion letters, a slow housing market, and aging workforce, all poised challenges in 2023. All that you just mentioned, the aging workforce, the slow housing market, guess what? Slow housing market is going to be a thing until they reduce the interest rates and do crazy 3-2-1 stuff. That's how they're spurring or trying to get people to buy and increase the value of the property. But they just want the derivatives. Because if the average price is $500,000, they don't really care how you buy the house. They're just giving you a vehicle because they're looking at $500,000. You're looking at, oh, I'm just going to put down $100,000 or $50,000 and I'll be getting this house. They're like, thank you. We sell 100 of these, 100 times 500,000. You guys got to start doing mathematics. This is what they're doing. I can't blame them. We love derivatives. I told you guys you should make derivatives part of your stable of business, right? Because that means you have money always coming in and you can always sell the paper. You win both ways. It's incredible. So, but these are for investment properties, correct? Duplexes. Yeah, that's the weird part. You're not supposed to be doing that according to Investopedia. Brian P. Hyundai, BMW, Jaguar among 39,000 vehicles recalled. Check car recalls here. Okay. Again, this is just getting ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. I tried to tell you, don't mess around. This is the Roman Empire is crumbling. There's no way you can maintain all of this nonsense. It's being manipulated. You're gonna fall down. You just have to get to the assets fast as you can. All right. Yeah, recall, no shockers. Yeah, BMW's got. You can check it later and tell me your thoughts. Hush, hush. Okay, I will hush, hush. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. All right, E-White. So it is 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. Okay. So you're talking about 3 bedroom, 3 bath duplex. What do you mean by duplex, though? Because that would be a commercial normally. You know. Well, since he put slash, but it's like if we said 3-3, but he put duplexes in, so that's what threw us off. If he said a 3-3, we would know 3 bedroom, 3 bath. So I thought it was a duplex because he said 3-3 duplex. So that's where I was confused. I was like, wait, they're not supposed to be doing 3-2-1 buy downs with a duplex, according to Investopedia, which could be incorrect. So these are some of the strategies you would use on the other side. If I'm selling something, hell yeah, 3-2-1, let's do it. I need the paper. Okay, isn't a 3-3 a triplex? No, not that I know of. Here we are, $378K for 2 3-bedroom, 3. Oh, that's what he means. Okay, so he's talking about it is a duplex. It's a 3-bedroom, 3 bath duplex. That's what he means. Okay, well then, that's a deal. I mean, hold on. Just for everybody here, this is what we do. We delve into this a little bit more than most. Here, let's go to Google Calculator. Oh, no, Mortgage Calculator. I'm going to bring up the Google Mortgage Calculator, all right? Let's just get to that. Let's go see what this looks like. E. White, let us know what it looks like. What I mean is, what are they talking about interest rates-wise? Do you know? Are they talking about 3.5 that you put down before? Let us know if that's the actual magic number. 378. How much do they have to put down is also the magic number. And let's say, okay, so if this is correct and they did the 3-2-1, that's nice. 2743 is what their mortgage would be. But they entice you with half. Not even half. 3.5. It's not half, but 1697 is an apartment price. So these people are like 1697. Hell yeah, I'll do that for 3 years. I'm saving like almost $1,000. That is beautiful. I'll make it up on the other end, except you won't. So now, after 3 years, you go back to the 7.8. That would be a disaster. So we're back to 2721. With insurances, with property taxes, you're going to be well into the threes. The 1671, or if that was the number, you're going to be well into the twos. But well into the twos and being well into the threes, 35, 37, 3,800 versus 23, 2,400 is significant. And insurance and property tax are going to increase. And unless you're renting out the other side, which is what you should be doing, that turns it into a potentially great opportunity. But after 3 years, you're going to have your 6% or 7% or 8% back. And now you're going to be paying $3,500 a month for that. And yeah, you can split it into 1,600, but how much are you going to charge? Yeah, you might be able to charge 2,500. Great. It could possibly be a win-win. But here's the thing. I want to know the poison pills, E. White. I want to know, can I refinance it? What the time can I refinance? What's the terms on that? I need to know. My watch preference is diesel Big Daddy brands. Now, I don't know diesel Big Daddy brands, but Shaq has an agreement with Invicta. So they make these humongous 60 millimeters, 57 millimeters or something. It's crazy. It's crazy, but they're cool. Now, let me go see if diesel Big Daddy watch brand. Not familiar. Let me go see. That means, let's see. Okay, E. White. I see you. I was wondering if you were actually talking about the real diesel or if that was a Shaq brand. I don't know about this men's Mr. Diesel, but Diesel is a brand itself. And I actually have one of these watches. It's in Cali too. I have one of these. And not only do I have one of these, there's one that they made that I have the crystal. The crystal changes colors. It's like a smoke, but then it changes into like a metal reddish color, brownish tinted. It changes the chrome. It's sick. Yeah, that's the one. I have a diesel, but it changes colors. The crystal changes colors. I am a watch aficionado. And the thing is, the diesel brand's only, again, 200, 300. But yes, I have a diesel watch. And like I said, the crystal changes colors. I don't know what it's called. I rarely wear it, but it's pretty big too. It's like 50, 58 maybe. Something like that. It's up there. It's 56 maybe, but it still fits right. It's pretty cool. So I have one. Yeah, I like it. I like the colors. I didn't realize they had these colors. Mine is it's not colorful, but the chrome, it changes the top of it. The crystal changes colors. It's sick. But anyhow, I got it years back. So hardly anybody should have it. I don't even know if they make it still. But right on, E. White. Very nice brand as well. Very nice. Hey, Eric, did you get a chance to see any new construction around downtown Punta Cana? Yeah, I was hanging out around Coco Bongo or the beach. Last time I went, they were building a number of restaurants. No. There's no number of restaurants being built. Nope. Right next to Hard Rock, there's 2 restaurants that were closed on the water. So I don't know. As far as any other restaurants, no, not by downtown. In that next door mall, next to downtown mall, next to that is where IKEA is. They have restaurants in there now. Not where the IKEA is, but across the street. Noah's there. I ate at Noah. Very good. Crowded. It's part of the La Bruja family. Unbelievable. Crowded as hell. So no, there's no other ones. And in fact, Casa, first of all, Central Park and Casa, those are kind of built. But all the rest, there's nothing. So they're all late once again. There's nothing. Nothing. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. Yeah, I stayed at Central Park like 3 days, and man, it was treacherous. Nowhere to get food, no mini marts, no nothing. You had to walk or drive up to downtown, which, I mean, it's probably a 5. I didn't mind. I walked. I don't drive there, so I didn't mind walking over to Hard Rock. Took 10 minutes. I didn't mind walking down. But still, it's not like there was restaurants other than the ones at Coco Bongo. That was it, which is still fine, but you have to get there. Wasn't like when I'm staying in Bavaro and Los Corrales where you can just walk out and there's restaurants and bars and whatever right there within 100 yards. You got several choices. So there's a huge difference after you get spoiled staying down there, which is great because you only have to occupy for 1 year rent, the second unit. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Down payment with incentives were $14,500. And it looks like E. White, the superstar, has partaken because he answered the question. I can refi at any time. Okay, the refi at any time, no problem. But let me know the refi any time. What points do I have to give up? Because we're talking 370, 380,000. Do I have to pay 1 point, 3,800, plus the actual fees of the loan, which could be another $4 or $5 grand? I mean, it could cost a total of $4 or $5 grand. Or is it no cost to refi if I refi early? Those are the things I ask because that's where all the savings you get. The next thing you know, 3 years, you're like, well, it's going to cost me to refi $5 grand. Okay. 36 months divided by $5 grand, $100 and $150 a month. No biggie. But that's still $3,600 that now you're paying back to them for the privilege. So these little points and these things that add up, you got to tick every box, go down the line. 14.5. Okay, well, if you put down 14.5 on 378 at a 4% interest rate, what's this? Okay, hold on. Oh, here we go. Taxes and fees. Okay. 14.5. That changes things dramatically. Okay, so let's go. This is it. $3 grand. Okay. Oh, hold on. We're not there yet. Wrong number. E. White's going to give me some numbers, though. So he said, I believe he put in 1,900. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. That's 3.8. I need 3.5. He said 1,900. Okay. Something like that. So what about taxes, fees, and all that? So he gets around 1,900 for 3 years. In the twos. And then after 3 years, E. White, what is it? 7? It's going to double, right? So you're going to pay 3,800. Is that what we're going to say? 3,800. That's 5. What happens when we go 7? Didn't like that down payment, does it? So it says 2312. Interesting. Okay, 2 units, 2312 looks like winners when you really look at the numbers. But what's the numbers afterwards? 7%. Something's not right. 3.5. Something is not right. Let's go back. Something's not right. 3.5. Oh, okay. Let's do it again. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I'm putting it in the down payment. 3.5 and then 7. That's where I'm wrong. Okay. I see what I'm doing now. 7. There we go. $3,000. And this was, I don't know why I did that. But this is $3,000 for 2 units. So now E. White's going to tell me how much do you rent those for? That's what he's going to tell me. Let me know. Rent at that price will work for the first year renting 1 unit. Yep, exactly. It's what's going to happen later. 3,000 split by 2 should still be good. 3,000 if you have to live in it. I don't know about charging somebody $3,000 for a duplex a month, but or more, because breaking even is no fun. So you would have to, and it's going to increase with your property taxes and your insurances and things like that will definitely increase. So this is going to be very interesting. You have to know the market. So let's see what he's got. Let's see, because you know all this comes into play. This is what we talk about when you start talking about strategies. The market rent for the unit that owner is not occupying is going for $1,900 a month. Okay. All right. Well, that's gonna get us there, I guess. Let me go look. Let's go look and see. 3.5. Well, that's not 19, E. White. So somebody's got to come out of pocket on that second home. So is this like FHA where you have to live in it for a year? Or they say that anyhow. So you're going to be at the mercy of loan, taxes, and fees. So let's go with Texas to put apples to apples. Let's see. Staying the same. So that's what we're looking at. Private mortgage insurance. I don't know if you need that. Property tax. That's pretty high. Okay. Well, I guess it's worth a year if you're going to offset it because you have other passive incomes coming in. So if you can rent it out at $3,800, then you'll have a nice little passive income of $1,500 or so on paper. But the reality is, if you're renting, that means we have property managers, which we have to take in consideration. That means we have upkeep and maintenance because there's always going to be some problem. So your total amount is going to come down significantly because we just can't rent for $3,800. So generally, the 50% rule kicks in where we're only going to be getting $1,900. So we're going to have a negative cash flow if we play this out for too long. And that negative cash flow is 3 years incoming. So it all, or 2 years actually incoming. Because it sounds like 1 year you have to live there. So the second year, you can move out. You could be collecting $3,800, paying $19,000, but insurance is going to rise. Your property taxes are going to rise. So it's going to take a bite. Your management usually taking chunks of money now. 10% seems to be no longer a thing. People are charging higher than that, which is crazy. So that's E. White. It sounds like you took the leap, but it just seems like, I don't know, 3 years from now I don't know how to figure it out right. Rent at that price will work for the first year renting one unit. Yep. Banks don't lend money. Exactly. They damn sure don't. 5.9 is the current rate buy down. Is 3.12 is the lowest buy down. Okay, so E. White, talk about what the buy down cost. What's that cost? They putting in the loan, or how much? So see, these things that you're talking about starts doing, you're adding money to the pie, and he's saying 5.9. 5.9. That's pretty good. Current rate buy down. 3.12 is the lowest buy down. Okay. FHA. They'll still give you an FHA. That's interesting. Modern money mechanics. Exactly. Yeah. It all depends. It's a 5% is much better. But that's the buy down rates though. But 5% cap, we're still at $2,300 a month. So that puts us in, oh, wait, hold on. I'm thinking. Property taxes for 2 units. Okay, we'll just keep it equal. $2,300. Yeah, you're going to, one rent covers the mortgage, let's just say. But that still leaves you with, what is the management fee? 10%, 15 or 20. And if you take that out of $4,000, you're down to $3,200 if it's 20%. If it's 10%, you're down to $3,600. Then any expenses incurred, and I don't know who's going to be paying the insurance, the property taxes or HOA fees or any other fees, water, sewer, garbage. There's a lot of other things you got to pay. So will it be sustainable for that once you include that? Because you're going to be down under 3,000. So let me know what your number says, E. White, because I know you figured this out already. And you have a projection. So let us know what that projection is for everybody here in the house, if you don't mind. So let's see what he's got. Buy down is put in the loan. Okay. That's what I figured. So the loan is not going to be 378. It's going to be, well, it's not going to be 378 at all. But after you put a down payment, but you're going to be back up to 378 after down payment. And no BOA, no HOA. Good, no HOAs. So what's your projections? Why are you doing this? So are you going to rent? Well, you can rent one side for $1,900, but that doesn't cover your mortgage. So somebody's going to be paying the mortgage, or you're going to rent both sides and try to collect the $3,800, and you're going to pay $23 roughly. Is it? Is that what your numbers indicate? Because the 23 is not going to be 23. There's more to homeowning, so, or renting as well. So let us know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you're thinking out here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. We're talking about Punta Cana Music Festival. We talked about Punta Cana Investor Forum and strategies right now. But if you missed the Punta Cana Music Festival information, I suggest you go buy now the tickets. Go see what's happening. If you are one of those superstars who want a VIP table, I suggest you get it. Because the VIP tables, there's only 6 of them up front. $2,500 is a lot. But hey, popping bottles, having 6 people at your table with you, you could get there relatively easily. Check it out. There's other perks along the way. Being a VIP. VIP regular throughout 4 days, throughout 3 days, means you have the same seating area for all events. Very cool. So you can start doing the numbers. $699 times 6 is $3,600. So you can pay separately $3,600, or everybody can be at the same table for $2,500 and include drinks. I'm just saying, but it's for every event though. See, there's a big difference, right? So that's how we're going to do it. All right, E. White, you know the numbers. I know you know the numbers. So I'm going to wrap this up. I've had a long day and I've got a lot to do. I got deals that I need to make, unfortunately. So we will see what's happening. But let me know if you guys want to discuss anything before I go, because I got to run. We got things to do, people to see, because what goes down in a couple of weeks could also mean UAE, Dubai, and a few other things. So that is something that you have to talk about. All right. So it's more than just what you're thinking. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I have something. Oh, you showed me this before. Yeah, that's very interesting. I remember you talking about this. Hopefully that goes well too, Miss Seamless Genius. Hopefully that goes well. All right. Thank you, Brian P., for the emails. That'd be awfully nice. So let's see what else we got going on. Lots going on tonight. Lots. Let's go. So with current numbers and renter, I'd be out pocket about $675 a month. Interesting. So you're thinking, I think, just round up $700 a month. So for you, it's worth it to get into that deal running negative. But okay, but what's okay? So if it's FHA, yes, you have to live there 1 year. So what's going to happen at year 2? So in year 2, you're going to rent it out at $1,900. So in theory, you would have $1,300 left over, or $1,200, let's say. $1,200 left over, plus you might get a kicker of, instead of $1,900, $1,950. So let's just, okay, $1,300. So it could work. It could work. But that's the best case scenario. That's the best case scenario. The worst case scenarios are if renters run into problems and you have to evict and you have no income coming in for 2-3 months, or 4 or 5. I don't know the laws on kicking people out, evictions, but that's needed. You need to know that if people can live there for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months while you get nothing, because you're talking about Houston, Texas. And it's not anything bad. Houston, Texas used to have like a 90% occupancy rate, 89. I used to invest over there in apartment complexes. So it used to be 88, I think, 89%. Now people have moved there more than ever, so it might even be higher. But at one time it was around 88, 89. There was this apartment complex I bought was like 70%, 72%. So it was a huge upside. And so that was the deal of a century. Well, one of them. We have fun doing deals. So anyhow, that's how we do it. Thanks, Eric, for going over the numbers. You're welcome, man. I figured I had to check. So you gave us all the info. You got the numbers. You don't mind doing the negative 675. And you can do that, ladies and gentlemen, when you have other passive income coming in, because in 3 years, in fact, in 1 year, he's going to start winning. The question then goes, what happens at 3? So at 3 years, when it goes back to a 5, is it going to be 5? E. White? I think it's going to be 5, right? What is this? What's happening? 5%. We're at 26. So now you're going to be you're going to cut it close. because you just raised your mortgage by 600. If I have the numbers right. And that includes taxes and fees, so I don't know how accurate it is, but this is not accurate. They're using homeowners insurance as a 1,300. I don't think the insurance is going to be 1,300 in 3 years. I definitely know it's not. Property tax 4,000. That's not going to be 4,725 either. So you're going to lose a few hundreds, if not thousands, from those two combined. So I would say this is a risky, if that's the numbers, that would leave you at 3 years in a risky proposition. Now, 3 years from now, you're not going to care because these same pieces are going to probably be 500 to 550. So you'll probably be able to sell them at a 500 to 550 price tag. Well, since we're talking about breaking it down, these are what, 180, 190, about 190 each. And then you can sell them for maybe 290 each, 310 each, maybe 300. Let's say 300. So 600. So you make yourself 200,000. That could easily happen because interest rates are going to be reduced anyhow. And you might even be able to, well, I don't know about going below 5%, but we'll see. We'll see. Very interesting strategy by E. White, a superstar investor. He's taken that short-term return on his money. He only had to put down 19.4 plus buy downs into the loan, but 19.4 negative 675 for 1 year. So he's taking $7,500 L according to his projections, and then he can get the second renter, so he'll be returning that 675 for the first year, and then that leads us to year 3 to get completed. So he has another 675, and value of the property increased, so therefore he can actually sell it and collect his $200 to $1,000 profit or more. Okay, so there you go. 3 years, rents go up. Yes, Vanessa Comegate, but so will your insurance, so will your property taxes. They will also go up. So will your water, sewer, and garbage fees. They will go up. So will your water go up. All of it goes up. So you can't really, it's going to be the same margins basically. Yep. Doesn't sound too bad. And it's new construction, correct? Yep. New construction. That's right. Ask for the Form 8300, reported cash payments over $10,000, and the trade or business provides valuable information for the Internal Revenue Service and the financial money laundering. Interesting. He mentions this. Here we go. I'm going to a different section. Since he mentioned it, I'm going to requirements. That's where I'm going with this, Brian P. I'm going with requirements. Must be filed for each separate transaction that exceeds the $10,000 in cash limit. However, only the recipient of the funds is required to file a Form 8300 with the IRS. There you go. The recipient has to file. Any transaction that occur between a payer and the recipient. Okay. Hold on a second. Somebody's going to have to, is a crucial document for businesses that receive large cash payments. Now, there we go. Businesses that receive large cash payments. The IRS requires any trade or business that receives more than $10,000 in cash in a single transaction or related transactions to report this via Form 8300. Interesting. Very interesting. Something to look into, but that's business. All right. So thank you for bringing that up, Brian P., because I might have to do that. That's funny, right? All right. Let's get into it. I'm going to have to go, ladies and gentlemen. Go over and get your tickets. If you'd like to become a sponsor, You will have a banner up. You will also have on tables, you're going to have there's going to be a 4 round, not round, but I want to say octagon, but an octagon is 8. So whatever 4-sided, that's what's going to be on tables. So people, for promotional purposes, you'll be on the board. When people are taking their photo ops, when they come in, you'll have your name. When we advertise on the radio, your name's going to be mentioned for the next 2 weeks. And extra, if you have a product or service and you want to come into the venue and have a table or set up something, that's going to be allowed as well. You want to have a speech talk between on the May 9th and the May 16th, you can send reps. You can talk about your product services if you want to sponsor. Hit me up, support@stopstrugglingnow.com. All right. Very simple. And again, we're going to be played on Punta Cana Hits. First of all, let me explain. The artists themselves have made radio spots. The artists also, when they're on for promotion, they are to announce any sponsors. As many as we have. Batu, Caribbean Lake Park, sponsors. Vivantia, not really a sponsor. SSN Lifestyle, we're running it. So you're mentioning SSN Lifestyle anyhow. And you're mentioning Batu, Caribbean Lake Park. If you're a sponsor, then they are obligated to mention you during the interview. Like I had one today with Punta Cana Hits. So I said Batu, Caribbean Lake Park. Those are the guys. Anybody else? Sorry, you can't be mentioned unless you're a sponsor. All right? So now Punta Cana Hits, if we do a business, I was trying to get him on tonight, which I guess he didn't come. But if we do business of promotions like I want them to, then I'm going to be promoting Punta Cana Hits. All right. And they'll be on. You'll see them in the venue. So there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. I'm a little tired. I'm exhausted. I've been traveling all day, working hard. Even before I left from DR today, I spoke with the guys at Batu about final preparations. My contract still is not signed. But because it was a holiday, nobody was in the office. Yeah, I know, a holiday. They have a holiday every freaking 3 weeks, it seems like. But nobody was in the office to formulate the contract. So tomorrow I'll have the contract. But as you guys may or may not know, I don't like really advertising a lot of stuff until I have contract in place. And now it's another week. So all our advertising is behind. And so therefore the turnout might not be as great as we want. But nonetheless, we're still going to do the damn thing. All right, Vanessa Comagate. Thanks, boss. Get some rest. Thank you so much. Everybody, I love you guys very much. I appreciate your support over all these years, but make sure you smash the like button, share the videos, let other people know there's opportunities out here. E. White just gave somebody an opportunity to actually do something in 2 years. In the third year, the property value is definitely going to go up. So therefore, he can cash out, and that could be a couple $100,000 minimum. All right. So it's not that bad of a deal if you understand and be disciplined on what you're doing and understand you don't mind losing the $675 if you're going to live there. That's one of the requirements. So if that's what you can deal with, you can deal with it if you have passive income coming from other sources. That's how you do it. All right. Let's get it on, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on Wednesday, I hope, where it's Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. All those with the icon next to their names, they're the only ones that can be in the chat room on Wednesday night. So don't fret. Friday night, I'm actually going to be bringing an InstaVid AI. Oscar has to come and talk about the latest, greatest updates. And some of you got to start using it, right? For promotional purposes. Some of you have businesses out there. Might as well use it. So it's going to come in handy. So we'll get him on Friday, whether it's an early Friday show or an evening show. Either way, we'll get him on Friday, see what he's going to tell us. And then I'll be back to the DDDR. All right. After that, this week goes by. So just letting you guys know all of that. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And by the way, Brian P. and others who might wonder about the watch, it's by Invicta. It's called Diablo. S1 Diablo. That's what this is called. They have many different varieties of the Diablo, different colors, different looks, different styles, but it's called S1 Diablo edition. All right, it's a special edition. The case back has Diablo on it. The guys over, I thought it was hilarious. The guys over in DR was like, "What's that?" And I always take it off and show them it says Diablo in the back. I thought that was hilarious. Here we go. Let me Diablo in Spanish is devil. So that's why I thought it was hilarious. I like to watch. Thank you so much, Brian P. It's called the Diablo edition. And by the way, Invicta stores, that's the only place you buy. Make sure you get the 25, 35, 45% off. Be patient. Sometimes they'll have it for 149. Sometimes they'll have it for 449. Just be patient. Not many people wears the colors. They would get other things. This one nobody really likes. It's always available. So, and by the way, I'll show you another one since my case is here. I'll show you another one. That I have, because I usually have two with me at all times. So here's another little cool one. Not the silicone band, but this one's like 50 millimeters. Look at this. Chronograph, date, switchback. And yeah, that's purple and chocolate on the band, stainless steel. And what's that? Hexagon, 5, pentagon. Notice the pentagon. And it's 8040N, Swiss movement. This is another Invicta, by the way. So I have several. Let's just put it this way. When I went to Basel World one time, and I went to the Invicta watch place, the people that worked there, they thought we worked at Invicta because the two watches, my watch and the one the wife had, they'd never even seen before. They were like, "You work for Invicta? What's going on?" I said, "No, not really." Nice, thank you. And so also the chocolate one. See, I say I don't. This is why I don't buy the high-end brand. The chocolate one, the one I just showed, was like $200. That's it. Invicta stores. So, kind of wild. So I'd rather go with, for 20 grand, I'd rather have, well, I can't get there, but let's just say I buy 10 watches for $200 or less, right? That's $2,000. And that's basically what I do. I just pick these crazy styles that I like. I don't really care if somebody else likes them, but generally people like them. And so I feel it's better spent that way if I'm going to buy liabilities. Get more for things I like instead of just saying I have a Rolex Presidential, Omega Seamaster. I mean, those are nice. They're pricey. They may hold value. But then again, holding value is, I guarantee you I can sell this to somebody for over $100. I guarantee you I can sell the other one at least for $150 to $200. So I'd rather enjoy something that I love versus something that is just an ordinary thing. But anyhow, that's it. Beautiful watch, Eric from Paul Castillo. I got to get one of those. Hey, man, they're hard to come by. They're limited editions. So hold on. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see if this is a limited edition. In fact, both of these might be. I doubt it. I think the purple one's not limited edition. This also, they have names. So this one is called Helios. And the Pentagon. And the rose tone color also on the dial is pretty sweet. And this one's pretty sweet. Again, I have watches that when I'm in France, you know, those guys are snobs. You know, they want those, you know, Hublots and Omegas and, you know, Rolexes and all that. So when I had my watch and I'm sitting at the cafe, I got a lot of stuff. This one I was wearing that time was gold. It's gold by Invicta, but it's big and heavy. It weighs a pound. So I'm in France and sitting at the table, and there's like 10, 12 people at a long table. We just joined the table. They saw my watch and they were like, "What is that?" And so the first guy grabs it. He's like, "Whoa, this is heavy." I said, "Yeah, it's not a 38 millimeter women's watch, is it?" And they start laughing. So next thing I know, he starts passing it down, and the whole table couldn't believe it. They were just like, "What is this?" And so like 12 people all around the table was like checking it out. It was crazy. It was funny as hell. But it's like a pound. It's pretty heavy. This one's called, like I said, it's the Diablo, but it's under the racing brand. That's why it's a chronograph too. This is called S1 Rally Diablo. So you can see Diablo edition. I still have the plastic on the back. It's just a thing I do. But anyhow, oh yeah, neither one of these are limited edition. So you're good. I think. Yeah, you're wait, this one might be. I see some numbers, but I got to take off my plastic to get it. No, this one is limited. But they have them though. Nobody likes this. Nobody likes the pictures. And by the way, don't go by the pictures at Invicta stores. The reason you don't go by the pictures is because their pictures are not accurate. So that's why you should like to try and Google and see if you can find, if you like it, just see if you can Google to see if you can get a video of it and see it actually in person on video or something, because they don't look the same. Their color variations are off. So me personally, I know Invicta models. So my thing was the red, orangish red inside. That's what I liked about it, along with the purple inside as well. You can see. And it has a date on it as well. So calendar, you might not notice, but there's a calendar on it with all the movement. There's a calendar date. It's a chronograph. It can go, what is that? 100 meters deep. I don't know why you would do it. It's not a diver's watch. A diver's watch would have to have light up, and you're going to need every piece on the dial to light up so you know what time it is for the air. And so this is definitely not a diver's watch, but it can go 100 meters, 300 feet deep. So just saying. And so can the Pentagon. The Pentagon one can go 600 feet deep. How crazy is that? And I've actually had these watches in water, and people were like, "Oh, your watch." I was like, yeah, I'm good. In the pool, I'm good. So yeah, these are all battery. These are all battery. The two I showed you are battery. Automatics, the gold one that weighs a pound is an automatic. In fact, how cool it is, it's a Swiss movement automatic that Rolex used to have in their watches up until the 70s. Value, sweeping second hand that they were famous for. Yeah, they didn't make that movement. And so I actually have that automatic movement in that gold watch that's a pound. And it's a chronograph, and it kind of looks like the Pentagon, except it's not a Pentagon, it's round. But it's sick because it's skeleton. And I've never seen another one. I know they sold more than one, but it's a limited edition. So that one you'll never see. That one I don't ever wear. That one's in Cali. So I rarely wear that because people grab my hand, say, "What is that?" Even though it's not to be bad. They just like, everybody says, "What is it?" Because it looks different. Totally different. And it's 50, might be 52 meters, something like that, 52 millimeters. But anyhow, the watch game. Yeah, we have a watch game. I just rarely wear them, but today I was in the gear. This is what I wore over to Batu on the plane, and it's comfortable because it's silicone. It's comfortable. You don't notice. You don't sweat. Whereas the other one, you kind of sweat the metal when it hits. So it's kind of weird. So when we're in DR, I probably won't be bringing, even though I love the metal one, but I always wear this purple one. And everybody loves it in the DR. Everybody keeps asking me. Even the security dude today at the airport, I thought he was going to keep it because I walked through the security scan and it beeped. He's like, and I was like, oh, it's steel. Let me take it off. So he says, here, hand it to me. I was like, what the? Okay, I handed it to him, and he's looking at it like this. And then when I walk through, he's still like, nice watch. Except he's not doing this. He's not going, nice watch. He's like, nice watch. I'm like, you're going to give that back, right? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, that was funny. So I thought I was going to get held up at DR over a watch that cost less than $150. But anyhow, made it back safely. All right, I got to run, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I appreciate your support. I'm very happy you're here. Make sure you go over to ssnlifestyle.com. Come over to the island. Come join us for the music festival. If you can't, come join us for the Punta Cana Investors Forum. And if you can't for those first two events, then come to the third one on the 16th of May. Either way, come and join the party. We're going to have about 7 to 10 people for the Investors Forum. Right now, that could change in the next 2 weeks, but right now we're 7 to 10. We're going to be going around all over the island, making sure you are proper and right and straight, and make sure you understand the lay of the land. Make sure you know you have attorneys at your disposal. Make sure you know no reason not to ever negotiate your contracts with those attorneys. Make sure you know everything before you buy. That helps. All right. So keep that in mind as well. But Invicta, they have all the watches. I mean, they make 3,000 different kinds. And women. You know what? I haven't made a video on this channel about watch. Invictas are like off the charts. What I'll do is, for the women, for the ladies, on Wednesday, we'll talk watches because it's a fascinating story about watches and the value of watches. Value is always in the eye of the beholder. So actually it has to do with investments, has to do with what you feel, because it has a lot of feeling. Like some people like me, I like the purple watch. Some people don't, but nobody's ever said I don't like it, but then they wouldn't comment. So I get a lot of I like that watch. All the watches I wear, I get comments. People say I like those watches because they've never seen anything like them, because they're not that many. Even though Invicta has 3,000 different styles, I'll show some Invicta watches. And for the ladies, I'll bring women's. Yes, I'll show you the wife's watches Invicta collection. You'll be like, that's different. It's be exciting. Don't miss Wednesday. I'll bring the wife's on. She has this one that I love. Ooh. It's I won't even tell you. It's purple. It's dark purple, but it's so dark it looks black, but it shimmers purple. It's sick. I was like, man, if I'd have known it was that nice, I would have kept it. But it's hers. I have another one, which I won't show you guys. I have a purple one too, just like hers. But for some reason, hers has abalone dial, so it looks different than my purple. It looks the same when you put them side by side, but her watch looks black until you get a shimmy and it changes to this dark, deep purple. It's sick. And it's pretty cool. I'll have to show you guys. It looks like a little donut. All right. Which one is better, automatic or battery? Hey, it's up to you. Quite frankly, I used to only get automatic watches. Always Swiss automatics. And I have several things that I can say about the higher tier brands of watches. And one of the other reasons I don't like them is because of the simple fact I have to service them. I'm like, I bought a $20,000 watch and you're telling me I'm going to come in and service them and I'm going to pay you? I was like, okay, I can just buy a $200 watch, never service it, and wear it every day. Meanwhile, you stack it and rarely wear them every day. Now, if you never wear your watch but once every blue moon, whatever watch you own is going to last a lifetime. I like wearing watches whenever I feel like it. But yeah, on Wednesday, we're going to have a special talk because that has to do with investments, by the way. A lot of people at one time would buy the Rolexes and then turn around and be able to sell them for more. And I'm trying to think of the watch that looks just like this purple one. What's that company? Man, let me go look it up before we go. I can never remember the name. Tonal watch, costly brand. What is that name? Oh man, people would know what it is. Not Frank Mueller, not Salvador, not Veteran, Richard Mille. That's it, Richard Mille. That's the watches. Yeah, that's what people could misconstrue this for, but it's definitely not a Mr. Richard Mille. That's the one I'm talking about. Richard Mille has coloring, similar variations to it. It's cool. Those are cool. I like the Richard Mille watch and look, but not for $200,000. I mean, come on. That's crazy. Not for $100,000. That's crazy. So that's what we're talking about. Anyhow, we'll do some watch talk, and I'll even bring the wife's. All right. So I'll bring in a couple of hers, and I'll let the ladies see what what you guys could like. Yeah, I'm looking at some Richard Milles, and they're like 185,000, 103,000. This is crazy. 200,000 for the 2015 Felipe Massa Black Carbon. That one's sick, but 200,000. It's not that sick. All right. Anyhow, enough talk about the watches. Back to Paul Castillo. Automatic or battery, they're the same. The batteries, obviously, you got to change it every so often. If you get the chronograph and you run your chronograph, you're going to have to change it in about probably 8 months to a year. Or like what I do is I close my case, or I have watch cases that are airtight. I open the pin so the watch battery doesn't run down, but only in my airtight cases. All right. So that way I don't have to worry about anything getting inside. But that's just me. All right. We're going to wrap it up. Watch talk. I can talk all night. I know a lot about watches. I just never talked about it. But anyhow, thank you everybody for being here, and make sure you stay out of trouble. There's a lot of people that are under stress. So make sure you try to keep your level head. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.